still rocking that
He
colour
was
up to a high.
rocking Zamasu quite a lot last format. So,
Yes, yes.
But yeah, he made the change, and I believe he versed the Zamasu last round as well, didn't? Or is this Zamasu?
Oh, no, this might be it now.
Oh, this is
Sorry.
Zamasu now.
So this is the next game into top 8, I believe now,
Yep,
guys.
so it's the other top 8 game.
So this one is Zamasu. We'll just wait for Yun Hugh here to reveal his leader, but I do believe it is the Zamasu he was going up against with Halo Goku. So, and it's interesting. It looks like he got the die roll here, or he got the
Jake's going
because of the
second.
pairings. Yeah, I believe he got the advantage here. So he's going to go second, Jake, with Halo Goku, which I believe is probably the right way to go with this one. Especially heading into Zamasu, man, because we know how Zamasu's got the extra support from the starter deck that came out that has the extra
Pride
of the Pride
of the Saiyan.
Pride of the Saiyans. So now you essentially got 8 Gallic guns in the deck.
And he'll be using them defensively with a 25k base body.
Yep.
It's just a brick wall that Jake's going to have a bit of a hard time punching through, but
exactly, yeah.
He'll have to starve him out though, with Zamasu not having draw on the backside. He will starve his resources out.
I feel you will have to be a little bit more aggressive into this game.
Yeah.
Is a little bit more difficult for Halo Goku considering its build. How we know it works around the erasers, the sharpeners, the Videls, resourcing out its drop consistently back to the hand, getting the great Saiyans, and if you like girls with short hair as well, which is your favorite card, Adam, if I'm not mistaken, that draws you 3 and puts 1 back on the top. But it does get to that mid to late game advantage where it gets out the Gohans, it cheats out the 4 cost for 2. That bottom deck's 2, 3 or less battle cards.
Yep.
And also as we know, the 6 cost for Jito. How good that card is. Essentially a dual attacker, 40k. And if you've got no cards in your deck, he gets the plus 10k and can't lose the game. But it doesn't really want to get to that state, Jake, because we know that Zamasu could probably handle that.
Zamasu is better in the late game.
It's better in the late game.
Yeah. But the good thing is Jake can play really aggressive if he wants to with this, which is one of the awesome things about Halo Goku. It can make that shift to just full on aggro if it really wants to.
Yeah, and we know with Zamasu, if he does play this Yunhu, the 4 cost of fused Zamasu, if I'm not mistaken here, Adam, the SR from last set, it also draws you a card on attack, and if it gets KO'd, it comes back from the drop area in rest.
That's right.
Once per turn. But this is something Jake can deal with. Blue can deal with this easy. You can just bottom deck
decks it, right. Yeah,
or bounce it back to hand. It's not really going to stick for too long. But if Jake does let this card stick, he is going to get a lot of advantage on this.
And I think,
as well as a 25k pressure body on the board.
Yeah.
It can slowly start to dwindle down your hand and make you kind of force you into lines of play you do not want to make. So he's got to play this a lot more carefully, more efficiently. But I believe Jake has got a good idea on how this matchup is gonna probably head in towards going into that late game.
Familiar with Zamasu. He played it for so long. He understands the leader. Yes, there's some support this set that's different to last, but he knows what to expect. So I can't see Jake letting him stabilize a board, especially with that 4-drop Zamasu. He'll just get rid of it.
Exactly. And we know also Zamasu has been known to run those 3 costs Vegetos as well.
Yeah.
The Vegeto does bottom deck a 1 cost or less. So this is where Hyun can handle Jake's board quite effectively. Also very efficiently for getting rid of those sharpeners and erasers that Jake usually needs certain cards to be active to get the extra plus 10k on his awakened side to tap down in rest. So it's going to be a back and forth on board control as well here, Adam.
That's right. But I think we're just finally... Oh, they're already in time, so... I was just telling them that they need to get a wriggle on.
Yep. So just quickly going into there, making the boys, let them know that
Jake's like that good card I put on the bottom of the deck.
Making them we got to get you guys going. We are into time.
Yeah,
and
5 minutes into time.
5 minutes into time.
I think the red players were nearly done at this point, weren't they?
I mean, we're already through game 1.
Yeah, they were pretty much. It was like
it got down to the 50th minute.
I think it was like a 9-minute game.
Yeah, which was very. I mean, this was very nice to see for our viewers because they were like, "Yeah, sweet, we can see a nice red mirror matchup that's just going to go quick." We can expect this.
All right, hopefully it'll be nice and quick now.
So now with Fuse Zamasu now, if I'm not mistaken here, Adam, on the Awakened side, he awakens at 3 or less life, not 4, and he taps 1, discards a card, and uses the top card from the deck back into the life, right?
Yeah.
So, but you have to have 2 or less life in order to get that effect off. So, like I was saying before, this is where Jake can play that efficiently to his advantage, right?
Yeah.
Heading into late game with the Vegito and just smacking him with the dual attack.
Yeah, so Jake
essentially the dual attack.
Jake will essentially be trying to get him to 1, or if you'll see him at 3, he'll just try and end it at 3.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're just kind of giving him a bit of free value if you're just letting him poke life. But again, he's still got to discard a card each time he does it. So he'll be able to starve his hand for sure.
It looks like he's going to just start off with your basic cantrip chunks and draw a card here. It's going over to Jake. Charge the Videl. He's going to go straight into leader, draw a card. And looking at this point, what do you feel he's going to do here? He's going to hit the sharpener, or maybe he's got the Orange Star High School.
Orange Star, not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You've got to get that out early too, because if you get that out early, you can get more value out of it again into his mid game to pop off the Gohan.
Yeah, I think Jake's not going to. He's going to try to take an aggressive approach. I think he's not going to want to let this game drag on.
Yep, and we know how good. Yeah, we know how good Jake can perform against this deck as well. So he has said in the past that he knows what Zamasu does. He's played it. He
knows what to expect.
He can kind of like try and manipulate that back into his favor, but we'll see how he handles it with Halo Goku though, because I'm actually keen to see Hyun on this deck. I've heard he's parted very well through the whole weekend with Zamasu, and I believe he was one of only 1 or 2.
I only heard of him on the Zamasu. I didn't hear anybody else.
Yeah. Perhaps the only one that was on Zamasu.
Yeah, I think he was, and
that
obviously he knows the deck well and made that call instead of going for Halo Ku like many of the others did. But it's clearly paid off for him.
You sit back with this wall. Right, of basically Gallic guns.
It's Gallic gun wall.
It's just going to outvalue your opponent. In the defense point where you're going into endgame and you're just like, I'm going to get plus 15k and I'm going to draw a card back. I'm not going to lose hand over this either. So it's just going to outvalue with a wall.
And
they're going to smash up against.
Expecting games to go long, especially with the, a lot of Halo Ku in the meta. If he's expecting them to get deck out potential.
So this is interesting. He's comboed out the Vegito, the secret rare, right? From the Videl swing that Jake just performed against. So I'm looking at this now, looking at his hand. He does play Sinister Sickle as well, which bottom decks 2 4 or lesses. 4 or less battle cards. And we also got a Zeno 6 cost in there.
He's got a lot of removal in his hand.
He's got a lot of late game removal there. He does have a Gohan as well. There's 2 Sinister Sickles in his hand. So that is going to help Yun into mid-game where Jake establishes board with those erasers and sharpeners. Interesting that he did combo the Vegito Secret Rare. Reason why I say that is I'm curious to know if his list does run the 4-cost Vegito that cheats out the Vegito 5 or 6 from the drop area for 2 energy, where you discard a card, you got 10 cards or more in the drop, I believe, and you play out the 5 or 6, right? So I'm actually interested to see if he runs that card in the deck. He's got
a Goku Black as well, which
is
nice to see.
That's very nice to see. Yeah, so that's interesting. But I believe most lists did run the 6-cost Goku Black for that endgame.
They kind of splash 1 or 2 copies in.
Because it's such a good card.
It's a good value card.
Yep.
But I think mostly they have one. Don't a lot of one-offs. For sure.
A lot of one-offs. Okay. Yeah. Some builds I did see maybe 2 at the time.
2 is good as well.
Because for 6 energy, it is a good investment. You have a 40k swing off the back plane off a 4 or less as well from hand, and that's what he can then play into. Cards like the Gohan as well, which is huge, or a Fuse Zamasu if he plays that card to draw cards effectively back when he's on his way inside, right? But I don't know. Looking at his hand now, he does play the 6 cost.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got the 6 cost as well for Vegito. So he obviously runs both in the deck. He's just comboed out a Zeno as well from hand. So Jake would be happy to see that, because if he builds his board, he knows that he can get wiped by Zeno.
If he's comboed that out, I would expect Yun to have 4 copies of Zeno.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's a 10k counter as well. It's a good card.
Yep.
Stat-wise, regardless. And if we're expecting the game to go long, I think having access to Zeno is going to be a big deal.
Yep.
Just have that board reset.
So you can see Yan's only got 1 Gallic gun in hand. He's kept 2 energies live. And this is also a good bluff that you can play.
That's right.
With Zamasu. It's just actually effectively making your opponent think, do I have to put more power onto the swing, or do I just effectively sit back and just go 20-20-20? And Jake is that sort of player that kind of does that thing. He kind of nits at the life. He doesn't fall victim to that sort of thing.
He's just, the thing with the downside about a Zamasu build like this, it has a lot of extra cards, which means you may have to, drop a Gallic gun to save a 5k counter.
Yeah.
I think that's what we just saw then as well.
We did, yeah.
So that's a big negative with it is you have a lot of extra cards, but sometimes you're not managing your resources as well as you'd like to. Your Gallic gunning to save a 5k doesn't feel great.
Yep.
But I guess when you hold decks like that, you don't really have another choice. So.
And that's right, because when you look at it, he effectively when he does build back from the from his mid game, it's effectively you want to make sure that you do have enough counter in hand, though, right?
Yeah.
For Yin's point of perspective, but it looks like it's now Jake's turn. We're going to head over to how many cards has Jake there got? He's already got like 10 cards.
Got a healthy hand, yeah.
And this is what blue does, man. I love to see how it just draws so many cards, uses so much to its disposal, and recycles the engine consecutively pretty hard. And it's just the Great Saymans will be actually a great card to be playing in this matchup, because once he builds his board, he's going to be able to deal with Yin's bigger bodies.
Yeah, and Yan won't be going as wide as Jake will be going.
Yep.
So that spot removal will just be a lot more efficient in this.
Hey Adam, we just saw your
good card.
You prefer girls with short hair right there. We love that extra card, and there's the Great Saiyaman that I was explaining before. Just deals with the Videl for 1 energy, which is nice, Now we got the Sharpener, we got the Videl on board established. Looks like he's going to tap 1. I wonder if he's going to bring down the Eraser perhaps, or maybe, yes. And there comes the Eraser. And we know how good this card is as well, effectively. It looks at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveals 1 non-Eraser card with a cost of 4 or less and Saint City in a special trait and adds it to their hand. And then places the rest at the bottom of its own deck. So we know how good this card is to fish out for pieces that he wants to see, manipulate his hand back to his deck to then effectively get to what card he wants to see with the Orange Star City to then play out for free, more value.
That's it. And that's the whole thing with Halo Coach, just a value train of that deck. All it does is just generate value.
And you can see Hyun here, he hasn't even taken a damage.
No, he's going to play for the long game for sure. He's just going to actively defend as much as he can because he's getting draw on the front side as well, and Hyun knows that once he hits the back side, his hand's going to start to dwindle around pretty quickly.
Yep.
I think he'd be expecting for Jake to be able to deal with his board pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I think he'll want to stay as healthy as long as he physically can, and that's why you're just going to see him countering out of real easy stuff in the early game.
So we're heading into turn 4 now, and he charged a Vegito. We know there's 2 other Vegito. Another Vegito in the drop area. He's played the Gohan now, and this is what I was talking about before, how it just helps him deal with that board a lot more easier. It's going to turn that back into Yan's favor. It's going to put a little bit more pressure on Jake when it comes to the point of building his board to effectively get off those effects that helps him build his board back from there. So hitting the Gohan on that turn is probably the best idea for Yan, and he's going to go 30k into body here, and it's just Jake's going to take that. So that was actually a good turn from Yan.
Very good turn, and he's still at 8 life. Jake's at 6.
we're gonna strap ourselves in for the long haul on this one now.
Yeah, I think these guys are going to utilize the whole hour this time around.
Yep. Okay, so this is now where Jake's going to figure out how many cards are in your hand, what's in your drop, what I need to charge, and see where I've got to put myself in this position. So we're going to look at his hand here for a second, and he does have a peel-off. He's got a Hercule. Hercule could be quite effective in this situation where he does dump it down, and it does make 2 off the energy cost, I believe, when it attacks, so you can get that Gohan effectively down to 2.
Down to a 2.
You do have to have 3 Satan City cards on the field.
I think you do, but he'll have 3 there.
But now that obviously includes the field cards.
He's got his 3 now.
He's got them now, yeah. So this is what I was talking about, dumping down the Hercule. It's probably the best effect to do. You want to swing, bring down that energy cost. He could potentially then, cycle out the peel-off, pick up the Girls with Short Hair, your favorite card, and then we will go potentially into the Gohan, I believe, to maybe sink his Gohan. I don't know. How do you think he's going to play out this next one?
He's going to remove the Gohan, and then I think he's just going to apply pressure.
Yeah.
Because 8 life is still very healthy at this point in the game.
I feel he's going to play the Girls with Short Hair, because this is where he wants to then draw more cards, and then there we go. He saw the Gohan there. And
then he'll say it out.
Yeah, that Gohan's going to go onto the top. You're going to tap 2, I believe, and then he's going to cheat out the Gohan to bottom deck Yan's Gohan. Yeah. And then that's where you can then start putting a little bit more pressure against Yan's life here. Because you do not want to go too far into late game drawing that many cards being Jake, because if he gets down to a certain point and Yarn's still healthy with life,
that's it.
It's going to be a point where he's gonna go for the mill.
That's it.
He's gonna go for the end game, where Jake just won't have any cards.
Exactly.
So he's got to be very wary of this. Looks like he's going to swing into the Gohan and combo the Pilaf. Okay, interesting. So that just puts Hercule up to 15k. Oh, no. I believe he's going into the leader.
Yeah, otherwise he wouldn't be able to get through the Gohan at 15.
Yeah, no. He's going into the leader. Which is a smart move, because you still want to put that pressure on, right? And you know he doesn't have any access to Gallic guns.
He's tapped out at the moment,
He's tapped out. You want to force a bit more cards out of his hand, make him overextend those resources. And it just puts more pressure then back onto Yarn, knowing that Jake can then cheat out. And he's Gohan bottom decking Yarn's one, and then hitting another 30k pressure into leader. And Jake still has the leader swing too, which is then another drawback from that. Because you won't want to then draw... You won't want to swing with leader just yet, knowing that the Gohan's on the top of the deck.
I think Jake's going to apply a lot of pressure this turn, knowing that...
And it's quite funny, because these are things that people can forget when they're playing the deck. They go, okay, cool, now I'm going to swing with leader, and go, oh, no.
Yeah. Videl to cheat.
This is very interesting. So now he's going to swing with Videl into leader and then combo Videl off.
Interesting.
See, this is good. So
he's just poking damage now. He wants to see.
You can show how he's playing a little bit more differently to try and get some life.
There you go. First life taken for Yarn.
But this is fine with Jake, because then he can cycle those cards back from his drop to hand. It's actually quite smart. And then now he's going to use the effect.
So Jake's just going to poke now for the remainder of the game, I think, because he knows that...
Bring the Videl, play out the 2 cost, swing 20k back, and then get that Great Saiyaman back to hand. And that is a... Yep. Then he's going to bottom deck it with Great Saiyaman. That is a great move there. So he just done 2 damage and bottom deck the Gohan. That was very good. And now...
Healthy hand as well.
Yeah, drew into the Gohan, swing with leader into leader. That was a very solid turn. Very solid. So this is where Yarn's is going to think about comboing out, which I believe he will, because we know how he likes to keep his life up high. Doesn't want to get too low very quick, because once he awakens, he just...
There you go, comboed out.
Won't have any access to any draw power.
Yeah, that's it. And that's one of the that's I guess one of the big downsides of Zamasu not having a draw on the second side. We haven't seen the 4-drop Zamasu yet as well, which is...
Yeah, I have a feeling he might not be running that package. It is very questionable in it, right? It is, and I can see why, because it can be removed very
negged
easy.
down, bottom decked,
Bottom decked, everything returned back to hand. The card can be removed very, very easy. So I feel like you wouldn't be really running that card in this sort of level of competition. But still, it is something nonetheless that we could look at thinking, all right, Gohan's just better value.
He is. And I think that's why Yon's just going to stay as healthy as possible.
Yep.
And just, build that hand. He's got Galactic Donuts and stuff in there for a bit of draw.
Yeah, Galactic Donuts.
I think it's Galactic Donut, is it? Or the ring?
Yeah, Galactic Donuts.
Yeah, good card. Awesome card.
We love them. It looks like, okay, he's got a Sinister Sickle super combo. He's tapping... Is he tapping 4 here?
He tapped 5? Was it 4 or 5?
It looks like he's tapped... he's brought out the Gohan.
Oh, yeah, he's paid 4 for the Gohan.
Yep. And that's where he can then deal with Jake's board as well. But actually, this isn't too bad for Jake, because if he's bottom decking cards from Jake's field, it's just fueling his deck back up. So he's just going to continuously running that cycle back and forth.
Back at Jake's turn already.
Yep. But we know that's what Zamasu does.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Draw, pass.
So, and I'm actually quite intrigued. I just want to see Yun's... If I can see Yun's hand in a moment, it'd be interesting to see why he chose to tap out, because obviously he doesn't... that just shows Jake he doesn't have any Gallic guns again in
there's
hand.
Nothing in hand
There
from
must
what I
be...
saw.
And I mean, looking at his hand right now, it does look a little bit low. I believe he had maybe like 6 or 7 cards in
it was about that.
At the time, but he just used...
It would have been at least 7 because of the Gohan to put it the bottom deck effect. So it had around 7, but no more than that.
Yep, and then here we go. We're going to go for the same thing that we saw last turn. He's going to swing with the Hercule, play it out, and reduce the cost. Looks like he's going to target the Gohan. Yep, reduce the cost down. This is where Jake can think about if he might play the Gohan himself. Yeah,
There we go.
That's probably the best way to do it, because then you get rid of the Trunks, which is an access to a 5k combo, gets rid of his 30k, which he didn't swing with, by the way.
No, he didn't, and I think he did.
Which I felt, okay, that's
he didn't want to give Jake any more cards, I imagine.
Yeah, he just didn't want to do that. So, but now Jake with the 30k beater on the board, he can then just start going into life a little bit more again.
I think he's just going to take
damage
damage
that any time of the day. So
I think Yan has too much combo in his hand.
No. Oh, and I think he just drew into another Sinister Sickle. He's got 2 there in hand now, and that's actually quite interesting.
Card.
It's so good, because now we can just use one of them to just bottom deck both cards again, both Gohan and Hercule. But like we said before, Adam, like, what do you make of this? Because I feel it's just going to keep reversing that play back and fueling Jake's deck. So it depends on how far this goes. It could potentially give him that advantage to out-resource.
I think Jake at this point, he's essentially just going to need to break through this wall. Like Zamasu is just a brick wall at this point.
I feel he's doing a good job though.
He's doing very well.
Down to 5 life.
And we'll once the issue is once we see Zamasu awaken, it'll be a case of how much of Jake's resources has he burned through already to be able to then punch through that 25 base leader.
Yep.
And it's a big ask to get through, and Yuns would be building his hand up, getting ready for the awaken. So.
Yep, and you see this is great now, because now Jake's seen more information in his hand. So when you look back at the energy, what he just charged, we got another Sinister Sickle in the energy. He's charged 2 Sinister Sickles. We know we got 2 Vegetos that have left as well. There's also Zamasu on the... Sorry, a Zeno that's in the drop area too. Looks like he's going to go for the peel-off chain here, Jan. He's going to pick up potentially...
Another peel-off.
Oh, he could pick up the peel-off, or maybe a cantrip so he can get another draw. They're always handy to just cycle through to get to the pieces that you need. But looks like he is going to target the peel-off to get that back to hand, because then he can just keep doing it as well.
I think there's another Zeno in hand as well. So
yeah, and he does have another Zeno.
Yon's not too worried about Jake establishing a board at this point.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? Because then you get to a point where you go, okay, but at this turn, Jake knows it's not going to be coming down regardless, because
he doesn't have his 6 active at this stage.
It looks like he's going to swing. I believe he might swing into... Okay, Jake pointed at the Gohan, and he just swung. So he just swung into Gohan. I believe it was just to draw a card, so he doesn't get any value out of that.
Because he doesn't want Jake getting value.
Yeah.
I think Yon's hoping for the deck out.
Yep.
We may not even see another game.
Well, I don't know if he is, because he's the last 2 or 3 turns in a row, he's actually just bottom decked about 6 cards back into Jake's deck. Like, I can understand if you're going for the deck out, but he's just, every time that's happening, he's just giving Jake more value then back to his deck so he can use.
Blue removal was right. That's the only removal blue has, so it's kind of a necessary evil for him, but he just doesn't want to give Jake any advantage into life at this point. He doesn't want him to awaken.
Yeah, otherwise, whatever he has in life could be more of a advantage moving into late game. Now, if it was a Vegito or something like that, wouldn't it? It's interesting. But it looks like he's going to go for the eraser, so he's going to look at the top 5 cards and choose a Saint City card. I do see he saw a Hercule and a Sharpener in there. There was another Gohan there, Adam, and a super combo, but he'd done the right move by picking the Videl, because this is where he can now get some really good resources from this one. He'll potentially play down the Videl, so then he can get that Girls with Short Hair extra card back to hand, or even the Great Saiyaman, because we know that Great Saiyaman is such a great card to hit on those bigger bodies.
Good, yeah.
But it's also something to keep in check as well. You've got to understand, like, all right, if I'm going to grab this, I've got to make sure that what I'm looking at is, if he can deal with my board this easy, how effectively can I get the Great Saiyaman extra card off? So it might just be more effective to get the Girls with Short Hair extra card and just cycle through the deck a little bit more, draw into maybe a Vegito. But it looks like he's going to go for the Videl. He's going to reveal the Girls with Short Hair there, and then he's going to bring back that 1 drop, bringing out the 2 cost.
That new Videl package is awesome.
And that's just such a great turnover. It's just a two-player swing right there. And then he's just going to go 20k into leader. And this is great for him, because then he's just going to keep
recycling got a super combo and a Zeno in hand. There's a peel-off as well, so he's got a bit of combo power.
So he just picked up the peel-off as well, which is really good, because now he can then start establishing that back on board, and then perhaps recycle back a few cantrips, bring them out, draw some cards back.
You'll just use that Pride of the Same we were speaking about earlier on.
Yep.
Plus 20k.
And that's what Jake wants, because you want to force him to get that out. He just made him use a 15k combo.
Yeah, on a
20k swing,
yeah.
And then bang, look what happens. He then brings out a 30k beater now. So that was actually a very smart move. Because now he would have to use another Gallic gun and an extra card, or force him to use a super combo.
There's a Galactic. I don't think there's another Galactic. No, he's only got the Galactic Donut in hand.
He's only got the Galactic Donut.
So no other
Donuts aren't going to save you on this one, my friend. So he's got to look at maybe dropping potentially 2-3
or
cards.
just a super, yeah.
He's got a super that could get him out, but he's going to choose to take this one, which is interesting. So he's got him down to 4 life now. And look, I like that Jake is also running the vanilla package in there.
Yeah. Package is good
because those are 30k beaters. They are just such a big card to deal with.
Yeah. Jake's doing a good job of punching through.
Yep. Especially with what Deadku, or we should say Halo Ku,
yeah.
is capable of in its late game aspect, its control aspect, the deck on what it does, how it just controls board and hand. It just keeps feeding off itself so efficiently. And it's good to see that you can get that sort of, like, if you play it right, get a little bit of that aggressive side.
We haven't seen Jake awaken yet, so.
Yeah, he is still at 6 life, mind you, isn't he? So now he's at 7 energy here, Hyun. Looks like he can, I mean, we know he can go into the Zeno now this turn and just clear that board up.
He may Zeno, or he might want to wait another turn.
Yeah, maybe let him establish board a little bit. But depends what he's going to... So he looks like he's going to go for the peel-off chain here. He's going to cycle that back. He's kept 6 to the side. He's going to tap another one.
Okay, so we're not seeing Zeno this turn.
We're not going to be seeing Zeno. I think he just wants to build the board up. And it's where he just gets to another cantrip out, just draws a card.
Jake would be expecting to see a Zeno very soon. So.
Yes. Or he could be even hitting the Vegito.
Yeah.
If he does have another one in hand. I haven't been able to make it out just yet, but it looks like he could be heading into the Vegito this turn, or even... He could potentially go into another Gohan, but he does have a peel-off in hand there. So it'll be interesting to see what move here Yun makes. It looks like he's going to go for the peel-off again.
More build value.
He's going to build this value up a little bit now, so he wants to try and get these cards back, get some cantrips, get some more draws happening, because we know he did not have enough Gallic guns before.
He didn't, no.
He actually has only been through 2 of them, to be honest, so it's very interesting. Because you look back on this now and you're like, okay, it could be more in his life.
Yeah.
But looks like he's just going to swing with the Zamasu into the Videl, and I could...
He wants Jake to stay healthy.
He is going to combo off the 5k. He's thinking about it. We'll see what he does with this one. So it's probably better to just, combo off the 5 and then maybe a peel off. Yeah.
There we go.
So 30k into the 20. They'll force Jake to use a super combo. Let's see what he does here. Because Jake's hand doesn't really look too big, does it? It's got about six cards in hand,
which is
I believe.
normal. I mean, 7.
Right, looks like he's gone for the other peel-off combo. So he is putting a bit of pressure on here because he wants to get rid of that Videl, because you know it's all value. If that sticks, he's just going to continuously keep recycling every turn.
Be a case of if he lets it go, can we just get another one back out?
Yep.
No, he'll keep it.
So he's going to do the super combo. Interesting. Okay.
That Videl is just such an awesome card.
Because he could have another... I don't see another Sinister Sickle in hand. No, I do see a 6
2 in life, plus he's used 1, so he's used 3, so he may run a 4th copy, but 3 may be it.
Okay, it looks like he's going to tap 3 and then...
Gallic Donuts.
Gallic Donuts, yeah. And we love that card.
It's a good card. Awesome addition from this set. It really is.
Remind me what that card does again, Adam?
So it's a draw 2, and then what do we do off the top of it? So it's a just draw 2, and then rearrange. So
rearrange, yeah. Awesome. Because that's the whole beauty with that card. Like you just get more value out of it, isn't it? And the +2 is always great. So now he's leaving 1 active, and you can suspect he will be doing that every turn.
Yeah.
So he's always got a Gallic gun active. Jake will know this. He's done a good job, actually, on keeping the Videl and the Gohan on board through this turn, because now he's just going to pass turn. Won't be able to use the Videl, but he's got all the Gohan. Oh, wait. Sorry. He's got the Gohan to use, which is fine, and the leader. So he's still got some pressure here. Depends on what Jake's got. He could even hit down the Vegito this turn, man.
We may see the Vegito, yeah. I mean... Yun being at 4 life, if we see Vegito, that'd be a huge swing. But obviously he's got the Zeno as well, so Yun's got a way to get rid of it. So
it looks like he doesn't have a hand, but he does have another 4-cost 30k vanilla Gohan there.
Another beater, yep.
Yeah, looks like he's just going to swing into Zamasu, and he did draw another super combo there. Not really ideal at this point of the game. You do want to see something more of the along the lines of maybe another Videl, Gohan, or even one of the Vegetos would have been nice because he doesn't have a lot of play
the
at
Eraser,
the moment.
so.
But Eraser is going to actually be really good because of
There we
feeding
go.
some
There's
information.
Videl.
There's the Videl, yep. And that's what he wanted to see. So he gets out the Videl again, and that's definitely going to benefit him hitting into this next shot. So I feel
2 Videls on board. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Zeno next turn.
I mean, you can expect that coming from...
We'd be expecting Zeno next turn. He drops the other Videl.
So now Jake is going to tap 2. Looks like he is going to bring out the Videl. And this is where now he can still keep chipping a little bit more pressure at Yun. But we do know as soon as he awakens, that's it. He's not going to get any draw power left.
It.
But
I think that's Jake's hoping for as well.
It is going to be a little bit more tough because Zamasu then does become a 25k leader. So he'll have to put some combo power.
That's where the Videls are going to put a lot of work in.
Yeah.
If the Videls stick around once he's awakened.
Well, this will just force Yun to just tap 6 to go for
he's going to have
for the Zeno.
I mean, he's got this 6-drop Goku Black in hand, so he's running 2 copies.
Yep. And he's going to do the girls with short hair. Looks like he's going to look at the top 3, rearrange them. So he's still got 3 energy live at his disposal for the high school.
Yes.
For the Orange Star High School. This is where he can use tap 2 to bring out the Gohan if he does want to put that little bit more pressure in, which is nice.
Yeah.
And he's already swung with leader, which is good. Interesting, okay. Did you see what card he put back there, Adam?
No, I
didn't. Just missed that one because he has the Gohan in hand, but potentially might have had 2 there. But he is going to use the Orange High School. Yep, here we go.
What are we seeing?
And there's the...
There's the
Vegito. There's the Vegito.
There's Vegito.
But he is going to bring out the vanilla. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a shame, seeing that he saw the 6 cost there, and now it's on the bottom of the deck. Oh, that's a bit harsh there. But
a little bit harsh.
We got 2 30k beaters here into life. Looks like he is going to force him. Yep. He's going to force him to use that extra card, and he is going to go for another 30k swing into leader. So he is kind of putting that more pressure on to make him to force him to awaken.
He's got a super. Yun's got a super combo in hand plus the Zeno.
Yeah. But he's going to take it.
He's going to take it. All right.
Oh, no, maybe not. Okay. Interesting. Yep. So he's taking it. Yep. And that card that I saw, I believe, was that Final Slash or
Final Hope Slash.
Final Hope Slash, I believe. The tap 1 on opponent's turn gets plus 20k.
Yeah.
Yes.
Set 1 card, that one.
Yeah. It's a very it's a very good card.
Slept on.
It's a very slept on card. It is ran a 1 of, I believe, in a lot of these Zamasu decks. Yeah. And look, Jake's sitting back with a very healthy board. He's established this quite well. 2 vanilla beaters of the Great Saiyaman 30Ks there. The Videls as well. But now this is in the position where Yun's got to look back and go, okay, now I've got to deal with this. Otherwise, it can just keep pressuring me down.
I'd expect to see Zeno awaken with the Zeno. Well, swing, get the draw, and then he'll hold off on the awaken.
Yep.
If he doesn't, Zeno will be very surprised. That's a big board at this point.
He does have 1 in hand there. As we can see at the front there. And he does have a super combo.
So he's going to charge maybe the Mai.
So he's at 7 energy. He's going to charge the Mai for 8, which the Mai is actually quite a valuable card in this position sometimes.
It's a good card. Reduce the combo or reduce the power of 1 card in play. I think he's got 8 actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, he's got 8. So
he's got 8 energy.
Zeno, there we go.
And there's a Zeno. Yep. And that comes out. And we could have expected that, right?
Bottom deck board,
But that's still not too bad for Jake.
Look,
once again,
because
that's a lot of cards back into your deck again, man. So you can see Jake can just keep resourcing this deck.
Jake will see that Vegito that he bottom decked again pretty soon.
Because that was about 5, 6 cards there.
Interesting. He's swung with the Zeno as well. He's chosen not to keep it defensively.
That is very interesting, isn't it? Yes.
A lot of the time, and it's really hard for for blue to bottom deck a 6 drop. So
that definitely could have given Jake a card that could definitely turn that game around back for him. He could have gotten maybe a Vegito out of that one.
Yon being conscious of time now, he's probably going to go. Maybe I do need to
do some damage.
Do the life.
Yeah.
Because decking out may not be an option. Swing it. There we go. Draw.
Yeah. So
Awaken.
Now
there we go. So this is where we'll start to see Yon's hand start to, starved on his hand for sure because he's got no draw on this side now.
Yep.
He'll just be able to. Jake's going to have to play it very smart, and whether he can try get him down to 1 or just hope to finish him when he's at 3. But getting him to 2 is counterproductive most of the time once we're on the awakened side because they just get it back.
Yep.
Yeah, they are discarding a card to get that life.
Now Jake is in a position. Looks like he's just counting out his cards to see what he wants to combo with, I believe. Oh, okay. Yep. So he is going to use the final hope. Yep. Oh, yes, sorry. That wasn't on your opponent's turn. It's on your turn.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
But
that was my mistake there. It's a plus 20k, which is huge.
It's an awesome card.
Yep.
But with Yon being tapped out now, he's in a vulnerable position. Sometimes the turn when you...
So now this is where Jake's going to awaken. He's at 4 life. He drew into another, I believe, was that the Orange High School? I think it was
Orange High School, yeah.
Yeah. And he does have the Vegito there, I believe.
He does.
Adam.
Yep, you can see it on the far left.
I believe he got that from life, yes.
So I think Jake will probably... maybe try to wrap it up this turn if he can.
Well, it will be quite difficult still.
Yeah.
Right, because we know that Jan has got a very healthy hand. He does have a super combo in there. He is tapped out.
That's
so
the
Jake
whole thing.
Is aware of that. Out. So you know that you're going to make him overextend to use those resources to get any more super combos that he does have in hand out, and it is going to favor Jake for that matter. But a super combo is more effective with a 25k leader, as we've seen in the past. Jake will start to apply that pressure moving forward if he does hit the Vegito out. And, look, both of them are at 3 life now, so they know that this game, you need to get on top of what you need to do heading into this next turn.
Zeno's such an amazing card, but you're always so vulnerable your opponent's play a turn after you play it because it's a big investment.
It is a big investment, isn't it?
Yun's build the way it is, it has a lot of extra cards that all cost energy, so he's got access to none of those resources at the moment. So I think we'll see a lot of pressure from Jake this turn.
Yeah, and Jake chose to charge as well, which I believe is good because the more energy you have with blue, the more you can.
He's sitting on 8, so he can go the Vegeta and a Videl. Like that pressure alone is huge.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Even though it's a 20k swing with the Videl, you can still he's got enough card value in hand.
He can make it 40.
With the 25, 30 to 35k pressure every time if he wants.
And he's not going to get Zamasu's leader effect this turn either because that's cost 1 energy to do that too.
That is correct,
so this is why we'll try to wrap it up now.
Yeah, so this is why he wanted to try and get a little bit more value out of this turn to just... Because, Jake can see that. Jake knows what Zamasu does.
Zamasu knows Zamasu a lot better than anybody else.
Yes.
So... But if Yun survives this turn, he'll be in a good spot.
Both playing these decks extremely well.
That's it. We're at 35 minutes in the round as well. So.
Yeah. It looks like they're just counting cards in hand, making sure that they're letting know what's going on. Jake is out, so it looks like he's in the position thinking, do I jump? Do I put this down? Do I put down the Vegito? Or do I just kind of cycle back a bit?
May test the waters with a Videl.
Maybe just let that go. Yeah. Okay. So he did swing into the Zeno. Okay, that's interesting.
Maybe Jake might not try and it. I suppose the Vegito is giving you 240k swings alone. So
you can see he's got a Pilaf, two Pilafs in hand there. Another cantrip. He does have the super combo. He's got. Is that 2 super combos? I believe I saw.
I think it's 1 or 2.
Oh, 1 or 2 there.
A lot of 5k counters.
It might actually only be 1 super combo. A lot of 5k counters, though. That's very interesting. So, yeah, if Jake pokes him for 30s, that's going to probably be the sweet spot for him, yeah.
With the Vegeta, you'll see, 2 40k swings. Like super combo will get out of that. But
so he's gone to the Gohan. Interesting, okay.
So Vegeta's not the play this turn then.
No. It looks like he wants to save that for next turn.
Yep. I think he's just going to try to starve him out a bit more.
Yeah, look, 30k is probably the right way to go about it, just to make him drop a 10k from hand. It's interesting that he went down the Gohan route, actually, like, because I know sometimes, like, maybe it could have been more effective to build backboard with the sharpener, hitting into what obviously the Orange High School
Yeah.
does, cheating out and resourcing back what cards you can manipulate back onto the top. But looks like Jake is just going to pass turn from here. That's very interesting. So he was like, okay, so I'll just swing with leader into Zeno, clear the board there for him, and then just dump down a Gohan, because knowing that into the late game with Zeno, it can be very difficult to see what you need to do in order to keep your board in check too, because you don't want to waste too many cards from hand or too many big bodies that you've got at your disposal. Otherwise, you know that he can just bottom deck them straight off the bat. It's going to be difficult, yeah.
Be interesting.
Very hard to see what he's going to move from
Jake
here.
will have a plan. I mean, he knows that his aggression is far superior compared to Yen's, so he knows that he may take 1 or 2 life this turn, but he's not going to be at risk of dying this turn.
Yep.
So I think he's just going to slow and steady and just wait it out. And we may be only seeing 1 round for this particular matchup as well, because it is best of 3. But being that we've got 22 minutes left of the round, they may be conscious of that as well.
I feel this game is going to probably determine
a one and done.
What's going to happen?
They won't get a second game in.
But it will determine how quick they play next game. But it is a very, very long grindy game when you're going up against the blue mirror.
Blue mirror, yeah.
Especially with what Zamasu and what Halo Goku does, both controlling boards in that aspect and just wanting to draw cards, sit back and defend. It's going to be very difficult knowing which way this is going to go. But it'll be interesting to know to see if Yan plays down maybe the 6-cost Goku Black. But I don't think he's got any good value cards to play a 4 or less offer.
No, there's not a huge amount, I think.
Yeah. He looks like he's just going to go for the peel-off chain.
I think he's just going to build hand back up and get a bit of resources back.
He's going to get Final Hope, yep. Which is, of course, yeah.
Good card.
It is a very good card. This is where you can apply pressure, use the Final Hope, get the plus 20k. Yep.
There we go. He's going to try and get rid of the Gohan. Peel off as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to combo off the peel off. That's going to go straight into the Gohan, and we'll see what Jake's going to do from
55.
Yep. He's just going to return that back to hand, yeah. And he's still got 8 energy at his disposal, Jan. So Jake knows he can just do anything at this point.
Got all, yeah. Jake's just trying to decide he's keeping the Gohan around.
Yeah. It might be the right move to make.
I mean,
because you got to call the bluff sometimes, right?
He's a 30k. Oh, there we go. He's going to keep it around.
Right, so he's going to drop a super combo on that one. And he's just deciding which other card he wants to combo with here. So we're going to 50. Looks like 60. He would have to
get
to 60k. Yeah, the sharpener, because you want to keep that peel off in hand. That way you can keep that cycle going. It's just so good, that peel off cycle, isn't it?
Oh, it's
it just
unreal.
keeps recycling your hand back, keeps power pressure on.
It's a set 1 card, but it's in every.
Yeah, and you can see he's just going to hit it again, Jan.
When people build blue decks, they go, all right, here's my first 4 cards. What's my remaining 46?
Yep. And then he's just going to grab that peel off back to hand as well, and you can just do it again. Looks like he's going to hit another peel off, yep. And then he's going to get the, was that the final?
I think got a Final Hope back.
Was that the Final Hope?
There you go.
Yeah, we go, yep.
That's a cheeky little loop that you had with peel off and
then
Final
that's
Hope
just,
slash.
And then that's just a 25k, right?
He'll just loop that Final Hope slash over and over again.
30. There we go. And then Jake's just going to make Jake use another peel off from him. But
he's just going to keep looping it. He'll do another peel off, grab the Final Hope back again. Very cheeky.
And it's not using any cards from hand either.
No, it's not.
Like, you're not losing any cards. You're playing cards. You're getting cards back. It's a very good, effective cycle.
He's going to get get a peel off or a Final Hope. Oh, no, Final Hope Earthling. It is. What do you get?
Yeah, just get the Final Hope.
Garlic Donut. He wants to draw.
Oh, wait, no, Jake.
Oh, is he spotted out? It's going to be Earthling?
Yeah.
Nice pick up there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he can. No, he'll just, he'll just making sure,
Another reason why that Vidal's so good.
Yeah, the Vidal's
that
just
Earthling
so much
tag
value.
is on so many good cards.
It does, because then you got all the half Saiyans with
most of them,
which are all
most of the characters are Earthlings.
Half Earthlings, half Saiyans. So you just get a lot more value out of that. It's actually quite interesting to see which way this
Jake's
turn
now.
Okay.
So.
And is he tapped out now, Jan? Looks like he's tapped out.
He is.
Wow. Okay, interesting. So I mean, we're going to look at it moving forward. He's quite confident on the position where he's at.
Yeah.
Jake knows he has to deal with board as well. Jan knows this too. Otherwise, he can suffer a pretty big clapback. But
Jan's got a fair bit of combo power in Hound now.
Yes, and surprisingly, taken back from Jake, you'd be like, okay, my 30k Gohan stuck that turn.
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't have enough resources to bottom deck it, to get rid of it. That's why he kept trying to swing into it pretty deep. So this can actually give Jake, it feeds him that sort of information, knowing into next round, into next game, he could potentially be in a good position to maybe hit down this Vegeta.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at this, he's still got a very healthy
He does, and he's got a lot of energy.
So, yeah, judging on looking back from here with Jake, what do you think he'd make out of this one, Adam?
I think Jake's weighing up whether he can I think Jake will try finish it in one turn. I think he's weighing it up whether, do I have the resources to do it now, or do I need to wait another couple of turns?
Yep.
If he chooses to just drop the Vegito now, that's a lot of pressure at that point. But I think Jake will be accounting for Jan's got a pretty healthy hand, so he would expect him to be able to counter out of everything.
Yeah.
But again, being tapped out, he's not going to be able to use the Zamasu effect yet. So.
And that's right. So it looks like he did deal with the Vidal, though, with the leader. So it looks like Jake is thinking about now.
There we go.
The Vegito is finally coming down. So that's for 6. He's still got 2 energies to his disposal. He'll be able to now put a bit of pressure onto the leader. I do believe he may try and go for...
I think Jake would have mathed it out.
Yeah, he may go for it here, but we'll see what happens here, Adam. So he's going to go... You got the 40k swing.
At least 40. Is he gonna?
Well, there we go. He just drops a super combo from hand. That's all it does. So it's good, because then it just. That's what Jake needs. You need to feed that out, that information out. Now he's going to use Orange Star High School, and this is great because they can get out also a Gohan for 2.
Gohan, he's got
so now he's got another 2.
He's got big bodies on board now.
Yeah, which is great, because now you're going to bottom deck that peel off, so you won't be able to get that cycle engine as much. Oh wait,
Jake didn't have the 7 or less.
He didn't have the 7 or less.
So
oh no.
The peel off's sticking around,
that's still fine. That's all right. Look, you can still go for 30k swing into the leader, so that's okay.
I think that's Jake's plan. He's just going to. He's okay. He's going to try to deal with the peel off.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so Jake's probably not going to try to finish it this turn. He's just.
Oh, he's thinking about it. Hang on, because he did target the Vegito, so then he can use the effect to restand him to mill 5 cards from the top of his deck. Yep.
But he's only got two more swing. Well, 2 more swings and 3 life. So.
I'm not sure if it would be.
Unless he wants to get into one.
He's going to pass. I believe he's going to pass turn from there. Yep. It just wouldn't be as much value in that.
No.
In that sort of spot, wouldn't it? Because you're just going to give him another card to hand.
That's it.
And then that'll just help Jan just regenerate that life back anyway.
Jake's got a very thick hand at this point.
Yep.
I think Jake's just going to try to starve him out. But I think Jan does have another Zeno in hand from what I can see.
But that's what you need to do. You need to kind of you need to starve it out, because otherwise you got to force your opponent to tap that energy to play what they need to play. Because if peel off did stick on the board, it's just another.
It's more value next turn
for Jan, because you can see what he was doing last
cycle,
turn.
Final
just
slash
cycling
peel off,
cycling it, putting the power onto peel off to still cause pressure into leader.
Be interested to see if we see another peel off this. Another Zeno this turn.
Yeah,
he's got it Zeno in hand.
He does have a Zeno in hand.
So I think he's just going to decide whether to just deal with the board.
But like we know, it is a big investment. So for 6 energy,
how many energy he's got now? 2, 4, 6.
And he does have another super combo in hand.
Jan's got a lot of energy. Even at Zeno at this point, it's not a humongous investment.
And Jake, I believe, stopped charging last turn because he's at 8 energy. I don't think
Jake doesn't need any more than that. He can do player lines of the Vegito into the Orange High School, into the Gohan, or into Vidal. He doesn't need anything beyond that. Just better off being in hand.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, we definitely won't see another game after this one, I don't think, with 14 minutes left. It's the beauty of having the red matchup on stream when it was done within 20 minutes. So.
Yes. Oh, no, it was good to
There
see
we go.
that. And now here comes the Zeno. He's going to just clean up that board.
Got the Zeno.
So now we know there's 2 Vegetos in the bottom of these.
That's it. And that first Vegeta that got bottom deck, that'll be coming up again pretty soon.
He's still got quite a decent deck there as well.
He does,
doesn't he? Like it's not that. I mean, it's low. It's starting to get low, but it isn't as low as what it usually would be because it's been
at this point. All the blues removal is bottom decking. So
yeah, counting off, it's about 12 to 15 cards off the top of my head that is actually bottom deck this game so far, and it could be just. He could be seeing one of those cards again coming up the next turn, either another Vegito. Because looking at Jake's hand, he doesn't have another Vegito in hand right now.
No, it's in his deck, but
he's got a couple of Hercules, Erasers, Videls. He's got a peel off. Yeah, okay. And Jake's just going to choose to take that damage there. Putting him down to 2.
Jake going to 2.
Cycle,
Jake will be try finishing it off. He's gone to 2. He's not trying to expect to go to time at this point.
And it's interesting because Jan's held that 6-cost Goku Black in his hand for the last 3 or 4 turns.
That card's a great card.
I'm just working it out, trying to think back if it's going to be a card that he's going to try and close the game out.
He may have to, yeah.
Because he doesn't have, or if he's just going to try and out-resource Jake and get to the point where he gets him down to 1 life and just goes all in with combo power, uses all the peel-offs.
He's swinging with the Zeno. And
he's going to go 20k into leader, yep. And Jake's just going to combo a 5 there, yep. I mean, Jan's still sitting really pretty now, especially with some Gallic. I believe he's got the final. He's got the few Gallic guns as well in there.
Peel off, yeah.
He's going to use the peel off engine.
Another peel off.
He's going to cycle back another peel off, and we know this is what's going to.
He's
just going to pass turn on that one. Yep.
He's just got a very defensive hand now. He's got a value on board with the peel off. What did Jake draw? I think, look, a sharpener.
I believe it might have been a sharpener. Yeah. I don't believe it's worth charging anyway right now. You could consider it, but having 8 energy is really all you need with Goku.
You don't need more than that.
So it looks like he's just going to go straight into, I believe he might go into Zeno. And it's just interesting because it just depends on if he wants to deal with the peel off.
Yeah.
Keeping that on board is obviously a 10k comp.
It's value
for Jan. It's going to be value anyway, regardless, because with peel off just bouncing back and forth from the drop area, that's how they just keep cycling it. He hasn't been able to bottom deck it at all, and that's what I feel last turn caught Jake off a little bit when he just didn't predict he had 7 cards in hand.
That's
and he tried
it,
to target with the Gohan because you can see intentionally that's what he wanted to do, deal with the peel off, so he didn't have more resources at his disposal. Jan. It looks like he's just going to draw the 2 from the top. He drew into another super and a Hercule here. And then we'll see what he puts at the top of the deck. Looks like a Videl, that was.
Another more pressure.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any big bodies here.
No, that's the thing. We'd be digging.
The thing is, he's got a lot of just little bodies that he can. I mean, it can be resourceful, but the pressure isn't really going to phase Jan too much, especially being at a 25k leader.
I mean, the previous stuff that got Zeno to the first one, that stuff will be coming up again pretty soon.
That's right.
Deck, so we can expect to see that stuff again. So just Jake's going to go digging if he can to see the pieces that he needs.
Yep. So he's going to target the Zeno again with the Hercule. He's going to get the Videl play.
There we go, Gohan.
Yep, reveal the... Yep. Because he reveals the Videl. He's going to play the Gohan anyway, regardless of that effect, and he's just going to bottom deck them too, which is good because you need to get rid of the peel-off as well.
The peel-off, yeah, he's just a menace on board. You need to get rid of him, especially with his cycling with Final Hope Slash and things like that. So Jan's only got 6 cards in hand.
I think so, yeah.
So this is where I believe
This is actually quite interesting. Jake could out.
There we go. He's just
he just made
Gallic gun
Gallic
for a
gun,
30k swing.
And he drew into like another one pretty much.
But he's tapped out now, so...
Yep. And now Jake's just going to hit down that Videl, cycle, put the pressure on.
But Jake knows that poke damage is the most efficient way to deal with this because...
Yeah. And he's just going to get the peel off back as well, which is nice. Yep. It's just good because then it's just another 10k combo that he can use. And you're just going to use Sharpener.
It's like slow and steady with this. Yep. Starving him out for sure.
30k is good because you're going to make him use a 10k from hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like Jan's just going to take that.
Going to take it, but then we'll see.
So Jan and Jake both at 2 life now. This is interesting. It's getting close. He has a lot of energy at his disposal here, Jan, isn't he? He's just kept charging.
So will we see the
He's got a book of energy.
Will we see the 6-drop Goku Black? Probably not.
Yep.
No other Zeno in hand.
He doesn't have a Zeno. He got another Gallic gun from that life. Interesting that he still chose to charge.
More energy, right?
It is, but it's another 10k
Give
combo.
me more.
I just feel it's another 10k combo, and with Zamasu being very restricted with, it can't draw.
Makes you think, is he going to draw?
It just makes me think, is he going to try and close out the game?
With Goku Black, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe just dump 2 big bodies on the board. We haven't seen him play a Vegito yet or anything. He doesn't have one in hand either.
I don't think...
Because we've seen 2 in the drop. We've seen a 6 cost and a 5 cost, and then there's another one in the energy as well.
Happened 6.
But he might be playing, it looks like he might be playing the Goku Black on this one.
Yeah, he's looking for the target for the Goku Black. Because does he have a target that's worth it?
I mean, effectively, you could just pick up the peel off.
That's what he may have to. I think peel off may be the best target for it, to be honest, with the Final Hope Slash.
And then just maybe go Goku Black and Zeno, just body them 2 into the leader.
Yeah, so what's he grabbing? He's grabbing... He's thinking...
Yeah, so he's just deciding here which way he wants to go. So looking through the drop, it's going to be... See,
probably the Videl.
I feel the Videl would be a good move, but even also, you could even just grab a Trunks, play that off the Goku Black, and just draw a card. He's got enough energy to play down
will give him
like another Vegito anyway.
It just depends if he wants to apply pressure, because swinging with Videl, then he'll get... Actually,
the Videl would just be great.
Because you get Videl, then he can grab a peel off as well.
Yeah.
Because he's got... Unless he doesn't have 7 cards in hand. I think he does, though.
Yeah, I believe he's got 6 cards in hand. So if he does get the Videl, he'll be able to cycle that back and then play off the peel off.
Yeah. So he's just going to generate more value, and he'll need to because he's...
Or, he can even grab an extra card.
Yeah. Yeah, you are right.
He just grab like a Gallic gun or something as well, and then that's another plus 15 draw a card. Just so you got
his
more
hands
pressure.
Got Gallic gun, Pride of a Saiyan.
Yeah, there you go. He's got Pride of a Saiyan there. So he's got 2 Pride of the Saiyans now.
That's why he's
and
chose to charge, because he's loading up his hand with extra cards.
Yep. He's going to go into leader, So this is where he's just going to hit a big body, a big swing. So he's going to play the peel off, then get another one. This is actually quite smart from this end, because you want to put the power onto Goku Black and to Zamasu.
Fusion World side event players, that is the end of extra time. Please calculate your tiebreakers and report immediately.
So you know he's really going to go in for this turn now.
Yeah.
Jan's, you can see he's preparing to go in for this turn. He's got the power of the Saiyan. He's got the Gallic gun. He's got 3 of them. 2 power of the Saiyans.
Power of Saiyan's only defensively.
But that's only defensively, isn't it? No, okay. So he's got 1 Gallic gun to use, 1 final hope. Final hope that he's just... Okay, he just put that back. Okay, looks like he's just getting the peel off back to hand. I think, is he still deciding what he wants to play?
He is.
He's just still deciding what he wants to play here. So I don't know if it... I feel you might want to just hit that Videl offhand.
I think you probably hit the Videl. It's an extra body. It just...
Yep.
Guess it just depends what.
It depends if he wants to go for game here, right? Yeah. So he's got 4 energy active, and he knows he can survive another turn.
Yeah.
I believe, if... Depending on where he's at, though. But, like, yeah, it looks like Jake is going to combo out anyway from the super with a super combo, peel off. Oh, wow.
Cards,
yeah, 4 cards, yeah.
But it's keeping the... Yeah, with 3 minutes or 3 minutes or 40 seconds left.
Yep.
That life's a big deal.
Oh, it's going to be big because now he has to realise he's got to deal with board.
Yeah, he's got to deal with board, and yeah, Jake's in a pretty good spot.
You got 2 Hercules, you got a Videl, you got a Gohan, you got 30k, 20, and he just have to now use Zamasu. If he feels he can't finish off, okay, he's going to go into leader. And this is where he's just going to go Gallic Gun, plus 15, draw a card. So that's 40k. Oh, do you see what he got from there?
No, he's too quick.
Looks like he got another Mai from that
Yeah, it
one.
looks like it. Yeah.
And it looks like he's still got the
10K
peel off as
counter.
well. And he's still got peel off chain there. So.
Yeah.
So now Jake's just deciding on what. He's just counting out to see if it's worth. So that's 40k. So he has to take it. Right, okay. So he's got 3 cards in hand now. I did see one of them being a peel off. He's gonna, there we go. So he used the
Zamasu effect.
The Zamasu effect to discard a card from hand. He does have the Power of the Saiyan.
Yeah, so he's got a pretty good defense.
I believe he's got 2 now. So Jake's at 1 life. Yep.
So Jake doesn't have a lot of resources in hand. I think he's sitting at 3 cards.
Yeah, so now Jake's down to 3 cards in hand.
1 life.
And we'll see what he's got. He's got a peel off. He's got a, I believe that was a Videl. Oh,
yeah,
it was a Videl. It looks like a vanilla Videl. He needs to now poke at.
I think he's just going to have to apply pressure.
He will have to go for pressure now here. He needs to get him down to 1 life.
He does.
It's going to be tough, but depends what he drew off that last swing.
I mean, Yun's only got 2 energy live, and yes, he's got Power of a Saiyan, Gallic Gun in hand, but Jake knows that
25. Yeah. So Jake's just going to pick at him here. He just made him drop a card from hand. He does have a super combo in hand as well, Jan. He's going to use the Videl extra card. He's going to look at the top. We'll see what he's.
There's that Vegeta he bottom deck earlier on.
He saw it again. That is very interesting.
It's funny, you go through your deck.
Yeah. So he's been through his deck now.
Yeah, he has. Just goes to show how much this deck can just go fishing.
Yep. And sometimes not necessary for the right pieces.
Yeah.
It's okay. So it looks like he is going to try and go for the 30k swing into leader. Surprisingly, he's not playing down the peel off to do a cycle. I thought he might have done that, but he looks like he's got the 220k Videls in hand there that he was thinking about comboing off. He is going to go for a 5k combo, perhaps, or he's just going to leave it at 30k. Then maybe just leaving it at 30. Okay, so there we go. He's making him use the power of Super Saiyan, and that's actually quite smart to do. Yeah.
He drew another Gallic Gun, but that's kind of counterproductive because he had 1 hand anyway. So.
Yeah, and he's only got 1 energy.
Yeah, so Jake would know that he's only got a Gallic Gun left, and then it's called combat power at that point.
Yeah. Then he's got to call it out for combo power. But we do know Jan does have a super combo in hand.
He does. And Jake should be aware of that as well. We haven't seen too many super combos yet.
He's going to go 25, which is good. It's solid. Perhaps.
He's going to have to... Probably the Gallic Gun, maybe, to get the draw.
Yeah. Look, he's going to choose in combo the Videl, maybe. The 5k. Like I said, just, we just want to nitpick at this one. Go the 25k, maybe try and draw him out another Gallic Gun or Power of the Super Saiyan. He does have another 10k in hand and the super combo Yarn though, so
There you go. That's it. So Yun's tapped out now, and he drew Gallic Donut.
He drew Gallic Donut, so that's good for Jake then.
So he's got
So he's got a Gallic Gun in hand, a Galactic Donuts. He does have a super combo as well in hand.
got a lot of extras in hand.
But he does have at least 2 extra cards in hand that we know of.
All right, so we've just hit time, so it'll be 5 minutes from now.
Yep.
Oh, 10 minutes, sorry.
It's going to be 10-minute time now, so now Jake's going to hit down the Sharpener. And he's going to reveal the Videl. And he does have enough energy here to keep the pressure up if he sees. That's why I believe he did keep he did keep the vanilla Videls in hand, or one of them. He's going to use the Pilaf, so this is what he's going to do too. He's going to start cycling this out and just keep applying pressure.
I think Jake knows that he's going to wrap it up this turn. That's what he's going to try to.
Yep.
I think he's in a good spot now with Yun being tapped out.
Yep. Because we saw what Jan did and what he tried to do as well. Jake's going to do quite similar opposite things. Similar things to this, where he's going to try and out-resource, get cards that he needs to see. Draw Gohan. 3, there's the Gohan 30k. Ooh, interesting. And he's still got 6 energy to play with as well. Yeah. This is going to be very interesting to see where this is going to go. Jake. It is a very big turn. And he might go, oh, he's thinking about going for the Vegito. Is that 2 super combos I see in hand?
Oh, he saw it again. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yun's in a tough spot now.
I mean, Yun's got 2 super combos in hand.
Yeah, but...
So this is,
He's got a lot of poking on board.
Oh, he does. He does.
Got a peel off.
Yeah, but they're all 5Ks.
Yeah.
He's got to have enough combo power here to get through this. So
he's got the peel off and a super combo. And the peel, I think he's just got the peel off and the super combo.
40, is that?
Oh, no, he's got 2 supers and a peel off. That's it.
Yep. That's 45. So that's going to make him...
Jake knows he's going to have to do a super combo plus
another card.
Plus a peel off. He's just taking it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what he got there.
He got the Mai.
He got the Mai, which is just a 5k power.
10k power.
10k, sorry. Yep. So he's got 2. Or was that 3?
Jake's milling the 5.
Hang on, Adam here. Is that 3 super combos I see in Jan's hand? 2.
I think I only saw 2.
Okay. He bounced off the
Goku Black. Which is fine. It's just a
That's fine. He knows
brick
it's not.
in hand at this point, yeah.
He just needs to get 1 hit through.
So he's at 50.
So right now he's at 50 because he got the plus 10 from the mill. And I believe he may just leave it at that. He's only got 3 cards left in hand, but
2 supers.
Oh,
did they just call it?
Okay, did they just call it? All right, so they just called it. So we're just going to figure out who called what on this game now, guys. So
Jake may have given it to him.
I don't know, actually. I don't know. Maybe it could have been the other way around, because maybe Jan would have been like, oh, if I do take this damage, that's it. Like, you got more cards on board and I don't have anything to answer to it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we just find it
so we just need a result.
I think Jake just pointed it.
All right, so, yeah. That was a very tight game, man. That was
a long game.
That was a very long game. Wow. All right, so Hyun got that game, guys. Yeah, so Jake
would have gone.
Couldn't
combo out of it.
He just couldn't close it. He just couldn't close it. Like I said, he did have 2 supers in hand. He got another 10k body off the life, and he had a lot of combo power there at the end. It was very tight, but wow, what a game between 2 blue giants. Congratulations to Jan there on Zamasu, and it's good to see Zamasu heading into the top 4 now. And congratulations to our boy on PX3, Jake, for doing a